All right. We are hopefully alive and well. StreamYard. No, not StreamYard. No, not StreamYard. One second. I want to do share this tab. All right. All right. So, if anybody wants to join, you're welcome to join. Good morning. I'm sorry I'm 2 minutes late. It was an interesting turn of events. Let me see if we have messages. Somebody actually sent me a book. I mean, a digital book about why the war on smoking is completely fake. The stats are off. I mean, this guy used to work for the government. He's a lawyer from. Oh, it's snowing outside. Oh, it's beautiful. Here, I'll show you the book. It's really fascinating. It's really fascinating. Did I leave it open? Hopefully. But I wanted to show you the introduction before the book. Well, In Defense of Smoking is the name of the book, but In Defense of Smokers. He says, Welcome to Lorne A. Colby's. He's dead. I immediately ran to see if I can find him. He's dead. He died in 2007. Yeah, unfortunately. Really sad. I shed a tear. Really sad. A really, really good guy. A really good guy. You look at this guy with the mustache, the white hair, an old man, with the black tie. It's like you couldn't tell him from anybody else. No, he's a good guy. He's like one of the only ones. Anyway, welcome to. His name is Lauren. I think it says here Lauren Colby. 1999. This is from about 23, 24 years ago. Very sad. So he says, so welcome to my webpage. I'm a practicing attorney from 1955 to 1957. Jesus Christ, that's like 1,000 years ago. I was employed by the Federal Communication Commissions in Washington, the FCC, DC. Ever since, but since 57, I've been in private practice dealing with and sometimes fighting the federal government. So this guy turned around. This is terrific. So he was employed by the government, turned around, started fighting the government. I mean, he was employed by the government, turned around, fought the government. I've participated in more than 250 civil lawsuits or administrative hearings and more than 50 appeals to the federal courts contesting actions of the Federal Communications Commission and the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. My slogan is special attention to difficult cases. This is my picture. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I can read it without crying. This is so painful. So, I'm a civil libertarian. Recently, I've detected an ominous trend in our society directed against our civil liberties. Legislation has been passed to censor the internet. This is from 1999. He already knew it. He knew what's coming. Other legislation has been enacted, giving the FBI sweeping powers to tap telephones in the name of the war on drugs. Another, completely ridiculous. It's like all things. It's not fake. It's not like global warming is fake. It's ridiculous. In the words of Freeman Dyson, it's just, how does he call it? Utterly ridiculous? Nonsense. Utter nonsense. So the war on drugs, another utter nonsense. That's costing us probably trillions of dollars. I need the tissue for my eyes. This is so painful. I think I'm really sad because he died. It's touching. So many people have had their property confiscated. Yeah, I mean the government just takes it. without ever being charged with a crime. The political right and the political left seem to compete with each other to criminalize more and more activities, impose more and more draconian punishments, and build more and more prisons. This is incredible. I think percent wise, we have more people in prison today than the French had in the Bastille in before the French Revolution. And I mean, that was one of the reasons for the revolution. Right now, the country has been swept up in a war on tobacco. Smokers everywhere are hounded and persecuted, forced outdoors in freezing weather to enjoy the comfort and pleasure of a cigarette, cigar, or pipe. Government has mounted a massive propaganda campaign against the evil weed. I guess he's referring to weed or maybe nicotine. I've written a book showing that the campaign is based on distortions of fact, statistics made up out of whole cloth, and downright lies. You can get this book here free. Just click the word book. So I clicked it. I started reading, and he immediately goes actually and discusses AIDS. That AIDS, they never separated the virus. It doesn't make any sense that the virus is dormant in the human body until it suddenly. I mean, I've heard this before. I've heard it from other people, from actually really, really prominent people, that the analysis of HIV and AIDS is is incomplete. And by the way, it was Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci, it was his virus. I mean, it was his rise to prominence and dealing with I think with dealing with AIDS. Let me see if we can find Fau. No, there's no Fauci. So maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, so that's kind of interesting. All right, let's read some comments. So Woody says, "Over for debate road." What do you mean by that, Woody? I don't know what you mean by. Is it a compliment for me or is it a derogatory for me? Yeah, we life, yeah. Why is this painful? Why would you cry? Because he's a good guy. I mean, I'll let me show you. So here are my debate topics. So one of my debate points, and these are like as I wrote them down, I go down. So smoking might have health, but I changed it to might have because people said it's misinformation, and they're gonna take down my channel if I say that it has health benefits. So I modified it to might have because I don't want to be taken down. You know, what's the point of talking if they're gonna shut you up? But of course, I believe this. Smoking might have, I'll just say it as it is, you know, smoking might have many health benefits, therefore should be recommended. I, I, I would say 100%. I recommend it to everyone. Now, like all things, don't become addicted, don't overdo it, don't smoke too much, but that's the same for anything. Don't go to the gym too much, don't get punched in the head too much. Getting punched in the head once in a while, that's good. It's a massage. It's not, you know, it's not the best, but you know, it has its benefits. You cannot overlook the benefits of being punched in the head. Um, Eating has benefits. Don't overdo it. Eating even healthy food, taking medicine, right? Everything has to be in the proper dosage. Taking aspirin, taking vitamin C. You don't over even drinking water. Don't overdo it. Being in the sun, of course, don't overdo it. But of course, the sun has health benefits. Everything in proper amount. You just have to discover the proper amount. What the body needs. The same goes for smoking. We grew up. We evolved as humans around very, very dirty environments. So the body needs a little bit of smoke once in a while. and the smoking activity is so relaxing. You cannot take away how relaxing it is. The smoking brings I need to make a list, but this is not the time. I mean, smoking has many, many health benefits. Of course, it has detriments, but so does everything else. Even radiation, right? Radiation, right now we're being irradiated by radiation. Without radiation, we wouldn't have evolution. Evolution depends on a little bit of radiation reaching our testicles and mutating the genes in the sperm. That's how you get mutations. You get about 60 mutations per sperm. You wouldn't have it without radiation. So, without mutations, there's no evolution. You cannot have evolution. You might as well not have sex because the gene pool, you're gonna mix it up and mix it up, but you're not gonna get mutations. You're not gonna get There's not gonna be mutations. Without mutations, you cannot have evolution, right? You cannot suddenly have a taller member of the population that did not inherit its height from previous ancestors. It's got to be somewhere in the gene. Anyway, we can go on. So, why? So it's painful because it's one of the points that I fight for. I think smoking is healthy, and when I talk to people, people's reactions. Let me show you. People mock me. So this is from last night. So here is the guy. Here it is. So Vigo, he used to be my friend, but he's a vegan. It became my enemy. So he brings up that, right, and no way. It's like, oh, it's so funny. It's so funny that I say that smoking might have many health benefits, therefore it should be recommended. I mean, these people, they are brainwashed. Most of us are This is what I keep saying. Most of us believe in most things that are absolutely false. We believe 1 + 1 = 2 is absolute truth. No, it's not. It's demonstrably not absolute truth. There is no, we don't have access to absolute truth. We believe, in like all the things that I talk about in this list of topics. And these are things most people believe in. Financial bubbles. Even TFM, who is an expert in finance, he believes in financial bubbles. But he doesn't understand, right? He doesn't understand the fundamentals of economics, that economics is founded on the rationality assumption, and that violates a financial bubble violates the rationality assumption. I have to expound on this and explain it, but it's very clear. I mean, you cannot have a financial bubble if you assume rationality. So there are no financial bubbles. Every time somebody claims there's a bubble, that, no, it's impossible. There was never a housing bubble. Couldn't have been. And that's why there was never a financial crisis. There was never a financial crisis in 2007 caused by the housing bubble, because there was no housing bubble. The house prices today are much higher than they were, even accounting for inflation, as far as I know, much higher than in 07, 08. But 07, 08 was a bubble. So is today a bubble? So everything is always a bubble. If everything is a bubble, then nothing is a bubble. Anyway, so that's the reason why I cry so much. Anyway, let's go to your next comment. Thanks for the comments, Woody Johnson. I guess the deeper you look, the more you realize everything is fake and gay. Yeah, including TFM. Even TFM is fake and gay. Yeah. And he's the one who keeps saying everything is fake and gay, yeah. Yes, it's derogatory, it's also funny. Wait, so debate bros, you're trying to say that it's over for me? Hmm. Look, debate me. Debate me. Don't derogate me? What's the verb for derogatory? What is the verb for derogatory? Is that how you spell derogatory? To derogate. Most of us encounter derogatory, the adjective meaning expressing a low opinion, more frequently than we do derogate. It's incorrect use of it's. There should be an apostrophe. This is from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. They made a mistake. It's less common. Oh, no, they're right. It's less common verb relation. Yeah, they're right. Yeah, it would have been weird for them to make a mistake, especially since I assume they're using autocomplete and detection of typos and stuff, auto detection. All right, so we're done with that. Let's go see if we can find someone to debate us on the debates discords. Let me copy the link to my debate topics. So copy. There you go. And let's go. Oh, I didn't show you I'm copying. Anyway, let's go to Discord and go to the end. This is Ask Yourself server. Anyone up for a 1 hour morning debate ? Let's go. Let's go. Next one. The vegan cult. Why those pictures on debate site? Leave the man alone. It's the closest he can get. Exactly. Let's give this guy a salute. That's a good joke. Why those pictures? Also give him a salute. I don't know why those pictures. I don't know. It started when I built my owner's website that I need. She doesn't want to show her pictures, so I just had to make her pictures, and then I made my site, so I used the same pictures. Long story. Long story. Not even an interesting story. Long story. Let's go. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. This time it's going to be totally different, guys. All right, let's see. Anything new on. I wish it would make a sound when a new comment comes in, but I guess for most channels it's too much. Too many comments. All right. So, KFC. There's no one on KFC. Where can I publish? General one. Let's go to. Oh no, I didn't want to go into. Well, I want to leave. I don't want to be here, but I want to put in general one. Let's go. And Discord. This is general. That's good. We can paste it here. And Moxie. So Moxie's not good at math. That was incredible. He wants to be a designer, and he took a year off before college. Oh, someone has responded to us. Let's see. Attention seeker, please notice me. If you give me photo of your PFP. Who is he referring? He's not. Oh, if you give me photo of your PF profile. I'm anonymous. I don't want to dox myself. Let's debate. Please debate me, please. Your profile picture, I said. What do you mean? What do you mean? Did I spell mean? I don't understand the question. You mean this? That's my server. You mean this? This profile picture? You can see it. You don't need me. I don't understand the question. It's not doxing because you use it as your profile. He wants the actual picture? Well, why do you want it? You can look it up. Send me a DM. Who is it? I don't know. Send me a DM. I don't know. He likes the girl. I'm sorry. Hmm. It is just a picture from Free Pictures site. Like royalty free. It is probably an old photo. The girl could be 60 by now. It could be from 30 years ago. Who knows? All right. Let's continue our search for a good debate. Okay, the vegan world. Vegan world. Oh, there's plenty of people. Maybe we can just jump into what does he want from me? Jesus. Voice chat right now. Coming. Voice chat. There is the voice. Oh, he's there. Agnostic.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Mr. Agnostic?
Yeah, doing pretty good.
That's terrific.
Doing well.
That's terrific. What do you want to debate?
Let me look at the topics real quick.
Yeah, sure. Take your time. We can discuss it together if you want. I can explain each one.
All right. I'm on my phone, so I'd have to like switch between it. Let me look at it real quick. I'll bring up some. Oh, by the way, we switched places. You're in America now, and I'm in Europe.
I don't want to dox myself, so I'm not gonna make a comment.
Sure, but I know you're in America.
Mm. Yeah, I am in New York City. That is a true statement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. NYC. Yeah, that's what you said before.
Yeah. So,
There's a woman as the picture. Let me go down to the topics.
okay. So, you might as well speak as you read because I'm streaming on YouTube, you know. I'm a
Right
YouTuber.
now?
What?
Right now you are?
Yeah, we're being streamed. You're famous.
You should have said that. I thought we were just having a small combo. Okay, yeah, okay, I can be a little more official. Okay, I can't again, I'm on my phone, so I have to switch between them.
Yeah, no problem. Just keep speaking and ask questions. Be interactive so that no one kills themselves from boredom.
Okay, I saw the first one's amoral egoism. Do
Amoral.
you want to run through that?
Yeah, let me just paste the link to today's show. Amoral. Let's go to amoral egoism. Let me copy it and paste it so that people can see it on the YouTubes. All right, amoral egoism. So I prescribe to amoral egoism as a descriptive of all life, which is really just rational, if you know the rationality assumption, but also as a prescriptive, normative, optimal survival strategy, and I guess success in life. This means that all life is amoral egoist, according to me. That's my contention. That's my resolution. That's my position. This is due to natural selection always selecting the fittest, where the fittest means that whenever you have two individuals compete, the one that is more egoistic is fitter and has better survival probabilities. An amoral egoist mathematically must say that he is doing the most good. All right, so most people say, "Well, I'm not a moral egoist. I only do good things. I'm a vegan. I do good things." Yeah, that's predicted mathematically by my assumption that you are an amoral egoist. Of course, you would virtue signal and say that you're not a moral egoist. A moral egoist would deny being a moral egoist. It's a mathematical uh, prediction that my model makes, which is many times true. So that's
Sure.
mhm.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's it. I mean, I can go on. I mean, do you feel that I'm right, that I'm wrong? Do you want to debate it? Do you want to move to the next topic?
I like the topic. One second.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, so amoral egoism. So you wouldn't consider egoism to be a moral position, even though people do consider it that. Uh, so I'm kind of curious.
I
How
don't
would you
care
say it?
what people say. When you say people, I don't hear anything because people are not honest. People are egoists. If you're an egoist, you cannot be honest. You can be honest. It's really complicated, but you have to be aware of what amoral egoism is in order to be honest. But most people are not cannot be honest because they haven't delved into amoral egoism, but they are amoral egoists, and as long as they're not honest, they'll pretend to be moral. So I don't care what people say when they say they're moral because
Okay.
mhm.
You say which is really just rational, and
Mhm.
so I'm really trying to grasp what your view is because Kant, you wouldn't necessarily say he was an egoist, but he was a transcendental idealist. So he started from where we are, and he used rationalism to conceptualize or develop moral realism to
I'm
justify it.
all right. So I don't know anything. I know very little about Kant. I know that Vegan Gains is a Kantian, if I understand it correctly. And Kantians, I know that Ayn Rand considered Kant to be the most evil philosopher ever. I think Kant said that we have an obligation sewn into the fabric of the universe to be good or something like that. Could you
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's virtue signaling. He's just virtue
Well,
signaling.
Well, the how would you call it? The interesting thing or the novel thing that he introduced by it is that he started from the individual. He started from the ego or the epistemic, whatever the self is, and then he used rationalism to interpret that. Um,
Let's
where obviously, go ahead. Go.
let's ignore Kant. You present whatever your position is. I don't care if it's Kant or anyone else. You have to defend it. And if you're, if you have a good defense, I might convert and become Kantian or whatever. I'll become you. Just convince me. I'm open-minded. I'm not here to win. I'm here to lose in order to learn. So tell me where you think I'm wrong, how to fix it, why you think I'm wrong, why your theory is better, and go on. I'm listening.
Sure. Okay, so I wrote a really complex one, but I have a more realist argument.
All right.
But I also deny egoism. But so my moral realist argument treats everything as an object. So pretty much you're human, so you're an object of a human. That's the object you are. Or you're a female, so you're an object of a female. Or men, or whichever you can be, that's an object. That's what you are.
What
And
is
so
let me ask you, what is the benefit of adding the word object? What information are you contributing to the theory, to your
it,
theory?
it
Hmm.
It's just saying that there's an X, and then so it's the generalization. So what an object does is it specifies what is an actual X, what is allowed to be an X. So you could say like a square versus and which one's an object? You could say a square is an object. You could justify it, where whatever isn't. You can't justify it on anything.
Give
So
me
just saying it's.
give me an
Go ahead.
example because I'm not tracking this too well. Like, how would you use it? I don't see the benefit of the word object. Maybe you can give an example. Honestly, I cannot follow
Yeah,
it.
I gave the example of a square. A square is an object. You could say it's an object. You could be like, okay, this is a square. But if it's a random bunch of letters or a random bunch of lines that don't do
Who
anything, that are
defines
like,
who defines what is random and what is not random?
it's whether, well, I've got a definition for object, and it's whenever the lines end up meeting. Whenever you have something which it's a closed off thing. So when
Wait,
a triangle.
a straight line is not an object?
Well, a straight line is okay, but a
Wait,
straight line,
the
a bunch of
go on.
a bunch of straight lines that are disjoint from each other that aren't closed off, and then saying that itself is one object. Five
Well,
disjoint lines,
but
that's
what
not
if
an
it
object.
looks like what if it's four straight lines that just don't don't have, intersections. It's just but they look like a square. But they're just not touching. They're just barely touching, but not touching at the corners. That's not an object?
They're just not touching makes them not an object. Yes.
What's the advantage of this definition?
Well, it gives a better it clarifies what things are, and so I can give an example inside physics. Whenever you're using the distance mass formula, you have one mass object times another mass object, and it's divided by the gravity of Earth. So it's really divided by Earth, the mass of Earth, which gravity comes from in part. Uh, but
I don't
so you
understand.
can tell
I don't
you can
understand. I
you
don't
you can tell
understand. Yeah, go on.
You can tell distance simply from objects. So that's the benefit of it. You could
What?
decide what are relations just simply by what objects are.
I don't understand. I honestly don't understand what you're saying. I mean, you went from geometry, from just definitions of geometric shapes, in two dimensions, basically, maybe even in three dimensions, but these are just lines. Two-dimensional. Wait, a line is one dimension. So you went from going,
Yeah.
it's not even clear. I'm really unclear about. Okay, let's try and continue. Okay, I don't understand, and I don't understand your use of it in relation to gravity. What did Newton know about your idea of objects? Did Newton use these when he defined gravity?
No, it correlates. Yeah, certainly. Gravity being from masses is definitely inside general relativity. But I feel I don't know Newton's classical mechanics in and out. But in any case, the things is they do the thing about formulas is they do correlate. You can take gravity and multiply it to the other side. There's lots of things that you could do with it, and it'll be equivalent. So my position is it's perfectly equivalent with it.
But
It's
but
just taking
but
from general relativity.
okay, but if you can arrive at Newtonian gravity and celestial mechanics without your notion of an object, and what is the use? Show me the use case of your philosophy, of your use of object. What is the
Well,
advantage?
Well, that is the advantage. The advantage is you have a better conception of what they really are doing. You can't take properties out, and it's the case of that. Gravity is just a property of Earth's mass. The gravity of Earth is a property of Earth's mass. So you can take some properties out and just do it, and it'll still be valid,
Wait,
certainly. But if you
no.
want a proper
If it's still,
conception of
but
it,
if it's still valid, then there's no use. It's just extraneous information. You have to
no,
show
no,
me
no.
you have to show me a practical advantage of using your definition, your philosophy, your idea of an object. Show me a practical advantage. Where
Well, it shows that mine is valid. Mine's isn't extra. Mine is valid, and even more so, mine is more correct. That's the whole
but
point.
but there's
And the reason why. the reason why it has a benefit is because
Mhm.
you've already asked like why do you use an object, and I said because it clarifies what is an actual thing. So you rather than just pointing out random things like, and not getting
But
symmetries or anything like that.
but but the I mean, the very idea of a line is a geometric shape, and geometry is just our imagination. It has nothing to do with reality. We don't know. We're not sure at this point. I'm not sure at this point what the nature of reality is. So maybe reality, is string theory. Maybe reality is math. Maybe reality is actual particles. I don't know. Maybe it's something else. I don't know what reality is. So to claim that reality is composed of lines that need to touch, uh, not as far as I know. No one. I've never heard this theory in physics from anyone else, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't see the explanatory power of your theory. It doesn't seem to have any explanatory powers. What phenomenon can you explain in nature that is show me a practical use in explaining a natural phenomenon that cannot be explained any other way unless we use your
Yeah, well, I
your
mean,
theory.
again, again, how would you call it? You asked for what you said that a thing you can't tell what the reality is string theory or whether it's classical mechanics or anything like that. But the thing is, like, if you're throwing out like they correlate to some degree. So if you're going to throw out general relativity, you have to get rid of
No,
the
no. Listen,
degree
listen. Please
of
listen to my question. I'm
existence.
I'm just trying to understand you. My question is, what is the natural phenomenon? Tell me about a natural phenomenon that your theory is useful for, that your model explains, that is not explained by any other model, or something like that. Show me the
I already did.
advantage. Wait,
I already did.
what is the natural
Well, like, you
phenomenon?
have
Tell me that. Just answer. What is the natural phenomenon that your theory helps explain?
it helps explain distance as just a degree, as just a mass object,
Wait,
as
you
just a
you
relationship between three mass objects.
wait. So if not for your theory, we cannot explain distance between objects.
You can't describe it as between three objects.
Three objects and two objects. Yes.
Two objects, and then their distance is mediated by Earth.
Wait. I'm not talking about Earth. I mean, you just said distance in general. Wait, distance in general needs your theory? We never measure
No, that's
distance.
not what you asked.
All
That's
right.
not what you asked. You asked if there was something specific, a natural phenomenon that
Yes.
can explain it, that there's not a other thing that can
Yes.
explain it. And so I end up being able to reduce things into three objects, or the distance into three objects. And the benefit again of objects is the fact that it can clearly circumscribe what is an actual thing that we can talk about
No.
rather than something
Hold
which is
on.
just a
Hold on.
random.
No. No. What is just name the natural phenomenon, and I'll give you an
That is a
example.
distance.
Wait. Distance. You're saying distance is the natural phenomenon that your model explains that no other model basically can explain. That's what you're saying? Distance?
Yes, distance itself cannot be explained in the same way that mine can.
And I'm not saying same or different. I'm not arguing that. I mean, I'm just saying you have a new theory that I've never heard of before, which is fine. It's legitimate. You have a new theory that, I mean, it must have an explanatory power to explain some natural phenomenon. Otherwise, I don't see the usefulness of it. And you're
Yeah.
saying, but it has to be that it's not explained by any other theory, and that I'm failing to see. I mean, I don't. I mean, I can certainly. I still don't understand your theory, and I don't have a problem measuring distance. I have an iPhone app measures distance. You just take a
That's
picture.
good.
What?
And so that's good.
Yeah.
It uses physics in order to do that. So
I don't know.
it's just going to Google.
I don't know what my app uses. I didn't look into it. It does whatever it does. Like I have a meter, in my drawer right here. I can use it. I don't think they ever heard of your theory. I'd be surprised if they ever heard of your theory of objects. But they built a meter.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Okay. So how would you call it? The distance mass formula as it is right now, it just assumes gravity of Earth. So the thing about it, of what mine does, is it generalizes it past that. Now, granted, that it's not too hard to generalize it. You could say mass of Mars or something like that. It's really not too hard to do that. But the benefit of what mine does is, if you point out a random place inside space, if you point out a random place inside Mars, if you point out randomly, you're not going to necessarily be able to do this. You have to do this uh, with an object, and then that would make the because if you point out a random place inside space, then it could be have a planet right next to it, which is a bigger gravitational pull. So it helps do that. It helps circumscribe what the things actually are, rather than just being able to point out randomly and stuff like that, or assume things intuitively, because intuitive things, they can be helpful, but sometimes they're not good grounds.
I'm sorry, I'm not tracking. I still don't understand the advantage of your theory. As far as I understand, it's just extraneous. You're not telling me there is a natural phenomenon that has not been explained that you can explain. My theory explains it's not new. This is just economics. Economics has an incredible explanatory power. I just that's just, I guess, my expertise, but I'm just using.
It doesn't have good explanatory power, by the way.
Right, we could debate
Economic,
that.
it is decent. It's decent, but there's issues with it. It's still stuck inside the social construct level. So it tries to use positivism to try and give it some stronger grounds, but still stuck, in a very social construction basis, like psychology still is. It's not like neuroscience. Neuroscience is based on material things, but economics is very political. There's some ideas and stuff out there, but there's nothing which really formalizes it. And linguistics was like that until uh, when it was in formalism, uh, until the turn of the 19th century. I forgot what they're called. They try
Wait
to
one
make it more
second. You
material.
you're okay. 1 second. So maybe we should abandon discussing your theory of objects because I cannot understand it. So it's going to be kind of boring for me because I'm trying not getting anywhere. So, but you seem to have good ideas about economics. Do you want to debate whether economics is a good theory to explain the economy? You have a better theory to explain the economy?
Sure, I don't want to confuse you though.
You don't want to confuse me. What do you mean you don't? What you? If you can teach me a better theory than economics, I'd be most delighted. I love economics. That's like one of my
Sure.
specialties.
Okay, but you didn't engage with what I said.
I tried and tried and tried. I gave it. We're 45 minutes into this stream. Basically, I think
No, I said the economics, but you didn't engage with that.
no. If we want to switch topics, I just need to confirm we're switching topic because you also brought up other topics like neuroscience. That happens to be actually my field of work, so we can talk about neuroscience certainly.
Sure.
Or we can talk about the philosophy of science. That's also like my specialty somewhat.
If you want to engage with I don't care which one it is, but I brought up things and I spoke about it, and you, instead of saying like I don't know or I'm confused or I just don't get it, you have to engage with what I said and not just bring up counter examples. You have to
No,
engage.
I couldn't. What do you mean? I mean, who sets these rules? I mean, you. Fine. I'll concede that I don't understand your point about objects. You win. I'm not here to
No, I'm
win.
not saying that. Economics. I brought up a whole thing about economics, and I get you're trying to switch it formally to a different topic or whatever. But I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, just engage with what I said. I don't want to repeat the whole thing again.
No, you don't have to repeat. I'm perfectly happy. And I don't see what's wrong with repeating. It's not like, I mean, it's not.
Sure, I don't mind repeating. I'm just saying, like, you, I don't know. It's just you're kind of skirting around the whole thing, and that's really how I want to introduce it. And you just went into this whole formalizing changing the topic. So I'll just repeat it again, but this is really where the introduction is. So, or for my
Wait.
position.
Before that, so what's the new topic? Because it's not one of my topics. It's a good topic. I love it. So you wanna claim that the science of economics is not a good explainer. It's not a good theory to explain the natural phenomena known as the economy. That's your claim? There's a better tool. You have
Yeah,
a better
sure,
theory.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, my whole point was just that the
Wait,
issue is that it's not.
let me write it down. Let me quickly write it down. So you claim that the science of economics is not, I guess, an optimal theory to explain the natural phenomenon known as the economy. Period. Next sentence is you have a better theory.
What is
Theo.
what is this not boring? Like, what is this? This is like weirdly pedantic. Okay, so the science of economics is not an optimal theory to explain the natural phenomenon known as the economy. Sure, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I
That's your
think we can have a
resolution.
conversation.
Look, I mean, it's very important to know what we're supposedly
You're
disagreeing on.
not being able to do that though. You're having difficulty doing that. So I'm
Yes,
wondering really if you have epistemic practices which are different, which aren't serving you as well as you hope they do.
I'm open-minded. You can teach me anything. I'm the last person who would resist being taught.
Well, I mean, that would be a perfect virtue if you
Oh,
could be
wait,
taught.
my one second.
That's the whole.
Wait, ask yourself, change my name to attention seeker, please notice me? I didn't
Yeah.
know that he did that because I kept seeing this name and I couldn't correlate that name to me because I knew that he calls me like Holocaust agnostic. But
Yeah.
fine, this is
Yeah.
this is really funny. Okay, yeah, let's continue. So, okay, what is your theory of that to explain the economy? Let's hear it.
Well, it's not really a theory to explain economics. The whole introduction I have into it was that the basis of how much explanatory power an economics system or any sort of theory has is in how universally it applies. Do you agree with that?
Wait, do you? It says here you have a better theory. You agreed on the resolution. Do you or do you not have a better theory?
Or is this like your flamboyant attention seeker phase?
We can change it. I don't care. I can edit it. Tell me what to do. I mean, what is the resolution? What are we debating? What is your claim? What is your position? You have or don't have a better theory compared to the economics theory, textbooks, I guess, and what's taught in college, like what they taught me in college. You have a better theory. I'm open-minded, but you're not saying you have a better theory. So what do you have if not a better theory?
What do you think I said?
Uh, just answer. I don't
Uh,
remember. Okay, now you're making fun of me.
are you sensitive?
Yes, of course I'm sensitive. My time is valuable. I'm streaming on YouTube. I want to
Are
make
you not an
progress.
attention seeker? Why did you switch over into the attention seeker thing? You pointed that out.
No,
Uh,
no. Ask yourself.
did you
Changes
point that
keeps.
out? Did you
Ask
not
you.
say that?
No.
Did you
Ask.
not say that?
No.
I think you did say that. I think you did say you were attention seeker.
No. Ask yourself. Change my name to attention seeker. Please
That's
note
what,
it.
yeah, you changed it because that's the name that you put inside it, but you pointed out that you were an attention seeker. And you did that after we were having a conversation too. And then
Okay. Okay.
you started
Look.
pushing.
It doesn't matter. Look. I don't want to
You're
discuss.
interrupting me, man. You're interrupting me. You can't be an attention seeker all the time, man. You have to listen.
No. No. No.
Okay.
No ad hominem.
So
Please don't discuss me. If you keep discussing me,
that's not enough
we'll have to
problem. That's what
stop.
your name is. That's what you pointed out your name was.
Okay, we're not discussing me. Please stop discussing me. You want to discuss anything else
You
in the...
discussed you changed the conversation. What is the topic about now? I thought you changed it to a you being attention seeker. That was the name that you put there.
All right. I guess you don't want to talk. You don't want to have a debate.
I was trying to have, oh my gosh, that's what I was wanting to do though, but you changed the topic, so I'm really confused now.
The resolution is on your screen right now. The science of economics.
I see it. Yeah, I read it. Yeah,
What
but then I
do you
explained
do?
something about that, and you start talking about being an attention seeker. So what am I supposed to do?
Do you? Okay. What do you want to discuss? The science of economics or any other thing in the universe, but not me. What do you want to discuss?
I already did though. I already put my topic there, but then you start talking about
Answer the
something else.
question. Science of economics, any
I
other
did
topic,
answer.
but
That's
not
what I
me.
did.
What's the answer? What do you want to discuss?
I already explained it, and
What's the
you
answer?
click.
What do you want to discuss? Just tell
Wait,
me. I
wait.
don't
So
know the
you
answer.
can't
What's the
explain what
answer?
I just said? Can you? You can't explain what I just said.
I don't know what
You
you
can't
said.
explain
What do
what
you
I
want to?
just
I don't know
said.
what you want to
Let's
discuss.
talk to my- I thought I don't get this. So you're supposed to be a host, and you're not even capable of understanding
Again, you're
what I
discussing
just
me. We're
said.
not discussing me. If you keep discussing me, we're going to have to end this conversation. What do you want to discuss? Not me. I'll discuss anything, not me.
I don't understand what you're saying when you say that you want to discuss something, but when I say something, you say you can't explain it. You can't repeat part of it. You don't even know the idea of what I said.
I don't know what you're saying. We're running out of time. My time is valuable. I need to get back to work. So, what do you want to do? I don't want to waste my time. Please don't waste my
Huh.
time. I want to
Huh.
debate economics or anything else, not me.
Economics.
Fine.
Huh. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's do economics. That's what we're gonna do. How about we start off with what I already said?
No, you have to first tell me. You have to first tell me, do you or do you not agree with what's on your screen right now? It says here you have a better theory. Do you agree?
Attention seeker? I agree with that.
You have a better theory?
Oh, it's possible to have a better theory. I already explained what my whole basis of it was. So if you can understand that, then you'll have it. But
Okay,
yeah,
so you
listen. It's literally if I say something, then you have to be able to say something to it. You have to respond to it. If you can't do that and you go off topic again, then it's literally on you. And
so you have a better theory of economics to explain the economy?
yeah, but I already explained it, and so you have to respond to that.
Oh, could you repeat, please?
No, I've already repeated it twice, so why would I repeat it a third time? You're supposed to be a host.
All right, so I don't know what to say. So what do you want to do? I don't know if you cannot repeat it, you don't want to repeat it, so I don't know what to do. Okay, you won the debate
I'm just
because I don't remember
confused.
what you said. You want to win?
Oh,
I'll give you a medal. Is that what you
but you're
want?
an egoist, and you're an amoral egoist. Won't that just take away from you?
Ah, stop, come on. All right, you don't want to
That's the
debate.
topic, though. That's the topic.
All right, we're done. Have a great life. Bye-bye. All right, that was boring. Wow. It's like you discuss, you think you're gonna have a nice discussion with people. The first thing he brought up was this nonsense about having a theory about distance, about objects. Completely useless, completely extraneous. He just complicates the universe. He just complicates the universe. He doesn't add any explanatory power to any theory where he has something to say. He's going to say something mean. Why do you say, oh, Chestnut, why do you say no logical fallacies on your site and then go on to list a couple of logical fallacies that you won't accept? Isn't that redundant? And then who's laughing? Agnostic is laughing. So we can debate that in VC now, or 11 p.m. or any other time. Choose. Yeah, people are terrible. I mean, people come to debate in order to win. They don't come in order to discover anything about the universe or themselves. What's the debate proposition? You just made a proposition. He just said, here, I'll copy it. This is I just asked a question. You're only desperate because you're a terrible conversationalist. Oh my God. What a waste of time. So he doesn't want to debate. What's the debate proposition? I just asked a question. Do you or do you not want to debate? Do you or do you not want to debate? And here is the resolution. Give me the answer. Yeah. Do you have their permission to use their picture? Yes, I do, of course. Yes, of course, it is a royalty-free website of bad old pictures. Anyway, so that was boring. Let's not do that again. Oh, I have a private message from message requests. Oh, wait a minute, that's too dangerous. Let me share something else. I'll share this. Let me go see that the DM is not. Oh, except Sud C. I like her hips and ass. Accept DM. What's the DM? Wave to Sud C. I don't know what they want us to do with this. I don't know. Anyway, so share this tab. Let's continue. Oh, we need to read comments. So Woody said we don't know anything. So stop. Wait, is this first uncomfortable said? But before that, Woody said, all right. So Woody Johnson said, whatever you say, TFM is an intellectual. He is the monkey god. TFM is an intellectual. Sure, I'll give him that. I learned a lot from TFM, but he makes mistakes, and he is in an echo chamber. He is in his own bubble. He's basically you cannot. I tried to, even complain to him that he gave me terrible advice and he never responded. So he claims that he's here only to help men. He's only here to help men. Women are terrible. Women are terrible. Yeah. And then he says, yeah, but in order to improve the world, you have to basically take everyone's rights away, basically, which I don't disagree with, but he keeps flip flopping. Women are terrible. It's not women. Women are terrific. Women are. He's confused, I would say. I think he is messed up. Obviously, he hates his mom. It's irrational because his dad was just as bad. I mean, he was abandoned by both his mom and his dad. He went to his dad. His dad said, you got to go because he has a new wife. People are terrible. And for some reason, I mean, I understand TFM takes it out on his mom, not on his dad. His dad was terrific. No, but then he says, no, my dad wasn't, was a simp and kicked him out of his life. I mean, the reason he grew up basically an orphan is because both his parents, who are still alive as far as I know, abandoned him, which is terrible. I wish my parents abandoned me. He thinks that it's good to have parents. No, it's not good to have parents. It's good to have good parents. But TFM doesn't know anything about that because he's in a bubble. You cannot. It's not just he's in a bubble. It's like he's trapped inside his own emotions. Uh, when I listen to him, I always listen to his show. So obviously he's completely messed up. He gives terrible advice, including to me. We can have many shows about how TFM is a terrible advice giver. I wouldn't say he's a terrible person. He's not as obviously he's not as abusive as as other people. Let's say. Next comment. Uncomfortable Truth says, here he goes with one of his ultimate arguments. We don't know anything. We don't know what this reality is. You're welcome to debate me, Uncomfortable Truth. If you know, then I'm eager to hear what you have to say. I mean, I'm always trying to figure out what reality is. I'm always open-minded, you know that. LOL. All right. It's not like I'm making an argument. It's not like anyone knows. It's not like you can suddenly tell me what reality is. No one knows. Einstein hated quantum mechanics. I think that's why they named it quantum mechanics and not quantum theory, because it's not even a theory. Quantum mechanics is not even a theory. What's the theory? What's the model? There's no model. There's no quantum model to explain reality. Anyway, we don't know anything, so stop debating and discussing anything and everything. Nothing matters. There might be a lack of matter itself. We don't know anything absolutely, so stop debating. No, we need to debate and to discuss in order to discover, figure things out. I'm not here to win. The fact that a guy I'm talking to has to be so mean and I already repeated it twice. Let's discuss your name, that you are an attention seeker. It's like, stop wasting my time. Stop wasting my time. Yeah, I don't want to waste my time. There might be a lack of matter itself. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what reality is. If you use the word might, then it's always true. We just don't know. It's, as far as I know, it's unknowable. We cannot know the nature of reality. It's inaccessible to us because you can always say, no, we're in the matrix. We're in a matrix. You don't even know what reality is. I'm not saying the matrix. We could be in a matrix. We could be in a cosmic dream. We don't know when we wake up what reality would be. And even then, you could always question, right? You can always wake up and question, am I finally in real reality? So this is unknowable. It's just unknowable. Unknowable. Next, Uncomfortable Truth says, Mr. Slave. I guess Mr. Slave's signature lines. Please stop. Look, it doesn't matter. Is the universe better with X? Hey, my time is valuable. I need to go back to work. Please don't waste my time. Yes, these are all true statements, more or less. Uncomfortable says, yeah, hey, average person is okay. Yeah. I didn't know what that means. Yeah, most things I don't know what they mean. That's true. Renato Pizarro, when will we meet your dominatrix? I don't know. I mean, she's moving in hopefully this weekend. This Thursday is one of the final loads that I'm bringing. Then over the weekend, she's coming. She's moving. And I don't know if I'll be able to stream when she's here because she might not allow it. So we might have to end my life. Who knows? Renato says there is nothing about her on her Instagram sus. She doesn't have an Instagram. She doesn't have an online presence. She is completely off the grid, which you might find is the truth for the most beautiful women in the world. They're just off the grid. As far as I know, she doesn't date. She's very happy the way she is. It might be that most women, you should heed my warning. It might be that the most beautiful women you see when you walk around are off the grid, and you can approach them and have them. I mean, that is one of the most valuable lessons that I learned from meeting my dominatrix. It's like this woman, I would never cold approach. If I would, I mean, it would be I would shake in my boots. like, what are the chances of being able to take someone like that, to have any chance with someone like that? But you see, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming if she's moving in, she likes me. Otherwise, right? If you move in with someone and you need to get along with them in this, under the same roof. And I work from home, and she works from home basically. She's always home, so we're gonna be together a lot. I don't see how she can think um that if she doesn't like me, I have to assume that she likes me like a pet. It's like you have to spend time with a pet. So I'm assuming she likes me like a pet, which is all I want. I don't want anything else. I mean, obviously, if she actually likes me more, that's better. Yeah. Anyway, so we've been here for an hour and 5 minutes. I want to keep these short. I want to get back to work. I have very, very nice work that I need to get back to. So I guess that's it. It was a good time. It was a bad time. But we have to go now. All right. So I guess I'll see you guys tonight, 11 p.m. So that's it. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your life, and goodbye.